ain't I come up with to compare. So what I want to say is, you know, if you know us, you know how close Sue Steph and I always are. We had a wonderful relationship. We legitimately enjoyed each other's company, enjoyed doing things together. And I could stand up here for hours and talk about Steph. You all know that. I could spend 20 hours on her athletic career and just keep going. But you all know what she's about, and that's what's important. Each of you have been creating your own memories and your own experiences with her, and you enjoyed her, and she's one of the best people I've ever met in my life. And I can't be more proud of her, and I can't even begin to tell you. I can't come up with the words to show you how much she meant to Sue and I always. She absolutely is the best. So now I figure I'll talk about people. We liked Pete immediately when we met him. Sue said he's a big, strong guy. He's kind. He's funny. He's caring. He's easygoing. He's a real gentleman. He's everything that you want for your daughter and a man. And I said, wow, I like Pete because he wore a med hat. So Sue had higher standards than I did, obviously, right? But the reality is, Steph and Pete are tremendous together. You know, as I watched their relationship evolve over the last couple of years, I've been amazed at the ease and the calmness with which they interact. There's never any of that anxiousness that, oh, they're not getting along, they seem to be fighting a lot. It just never existed. And I actually asked Steph one time, do you and Pete ever really argue? And she said, no, we don't. We disagree. But when we do, we find a common ground, and we come up with the best solution for that situation. And I realized the reason, and it's really remarkable in its simplicity. The two of them have such mutual admiration and respect for each other that they allow each other to be who they are. They don't try to change each other. They don't try to impart their will. They simply respect and accept everything about each other. And as a parent, it's probably one of the most comforting things you could ever see. Pete wrote me a beautiful note last night. And the one thing that struck me is he said, I promise to always protect your daughter. And the reason it struck me, because Sue would always say, you know, Pete goes to work every day, and he protects a bunch of people he doesn't know who the hell they are. Could you imagine how far he'd be willing to go to protect somebody that he loves? And it's true. Pete, like his brother George, and like so many other incredibly brave men and women, some we're honored to have with us tonight, are part of an incredible fraternity. It takes a special person to risk your own safety, to help someone regardless of their background and beliefs. And I've always been amazed by their strength, dedication, and bravery. And sorry. And it's just amazing what they can do. Now, sadly, there are a lot of friends and family who aren't here today. And I'm not going to start naming names because I don't want to be disrespectful and forget anyone. And there are members of the Schwillies, friends and families of the Schwillies, some who I know about, but I'm sure there are others that I don't. And it's not right to just remember one side and not the other. We all know who we miss, and we all know who we wish were here today. And I think we can all agree that everyone would love to be here. And nobody would love me more than Sue. I mean, everything. The whole journey, the whole process, from the dress, to the shower, to the venue. She would have been all about it. And Steph and I even joked. We said, you know, if Mom was around, would it have gone as smooth? I was a little more sure than Steph was, okay? But for those of you who know Sue, know she would have been great. She had a knack. She enjoyed putting things together. She loved designing things. And she was very good at it. She was decisive. She knew what she liked. And she knew what she didn't like. And I think we did a pretty good job. All of us. Tremendous. friends. I think we put together a string of events that everybody enjoyed and everybody had a good time. And I know she would have loved every one of those. I want to share one quick story about Sue. I've never shared it before, but I think tonight is the appropriate time to do so. Sue's last days in the hospital. I can't look at you anymore. When she was able, she would share with me her feelings and her thoughts. And it became very clear that the thing that was bothering her the most is that she was not going to get married and be part of the process. So I said to her, Sue, I know it's not the same, but you know what you would like to see and what you'd like to do for Steph's wedding. So let's start planning now. Let's start picking things out. So we started thinking of things, and the first thing we came up with was the letter, which I think some of you may have seen as a copy at the tribute table. It's a letter from Sue to Steph and Pete, and she told me I had to give it to them once they got engaged. Then she decided, I really want to give them a wedding present that's just for me. Something they remember, something that's special. So she decided that wherever they decide to go on her honeymoon, she wanted to treat them for the whole trip. So then we started doing little things like, do you want a band or a DJ? Pretty easy choice. Asked her, do you want to do black tie? She said, no, let people be comfortable, but you have to wear a tux. That's why I look like a Maiden D right now. And then, typical Sue, she said, bring the cocktail out. I know you want the little hot dogs, but you better have a raw bar, because everybody likes it, especially my family. And maybe it'll make people think of the beach. You know, Sue always was about the beach. So we did some things like that, and it helped. But what helped the most is when I said to her, you know, Sue, thankfully, you've met your son. Now you have to realize, Pete and Steph are not yet engaged. It would not be for another 8 or 9 months. Although she said very early on, Rich, she's going to marry that guy. And I say, relax, calm down. She said, don't tell me to calm down, it's going to happen. Of course, she was right. But I said, not only have you met your son-in-law, you know your son-in-law. You know everything you need to know about Pete. You know he's a good man. And he comes from a wonderful family. And he's going to make Stephanie very happy, and he's going to take care of her. And of course, we both started to cry a little. But then this beautiful, wonderful smile came across her face. And I immediately knew what it was, because it hit her. In that moment, she realized that everything she hoped and wanted for Stephanie in her life was going to come true. She had, in fact, found true love, and she was going to be really, really happy. And that's all that really ever mattered to Sue. And I will tell you, honestly, that, more than anything, helped us Sue at peace. Steph, you were her everything. One of the last things she said to you was, you made her life, and you made my life as well. And Pete, she adored you. She thought the world of you. She loved everything about you, and she loved that you loved Stephanie. Stewie always said, if Stephanie's a guy, he better be the best of the best. He is the best. And Stephanie and Pete together are better than all. And I'll tell you right now, no one, and I mean no one, is happier for the two of you today than Sue. That's all I got. Okay?